Hello, my name is Julius Henson, and I am part of the hashtag IO52 movement. Um, about 15, 16 years ago, I was once working at a postal company. I won't say the company under scrutiny. Don't want to be sued or nothing like that. I'm not sure about the litigation or if enough time has been since the crime. I was once working for a company, and I was working in the warehouse, and I was in the loading, and it's a little hard to explain. Not proud of me. Not proud of what I did then. As a single parent father who has custody of his son, I am definitely not proud of the actions that I did as a child or as a kid or a teenager. And I hope Mr. Jackson can one day forgive me. I was working for a postal company, and it was about a day or so before Mr. Jackson's. When I say Mr. Jackson, I am talking about Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. His album was just coming out, and I had seen the Wankster video, and I had kind of been up on Mr. Jackson for some time at that point. Though I'm in Texas, I've always been very prevalent and very knowledgeable of East Coast rap. I've always been a fan of East Coast rap. One of my all-time favorite greats is Mr. Rakim. When I first heard Paid in Full, it was just, man, it was one of those albums that, being from the South, hearing UGK, A-Ball, MJG, 3-6 Mafia, I remember even Eric White, from Memphis, Tennessee as well. Just a lot of Outkast. Well, I won't put Outkast in this group because Andre 3000 have always reminded me of an East Coast lyrical rapper, though he is in the South. And me personally, I've always called Atlanta East Coast anyway, just mainly because of the time zone and the Timberland boots. We in the South, we do not wear Timberland boots. We wear polo boots or Nautica. You may catch a few guys who migrated from DC who still wear Nike boots. But for the most part, here in Texas, per se, we wear polo boots, Nautica. Even Tommy Hilfiger had some boots that I'd had, but I'd never had a pair of Timbs. Never will I ever own a pair of Timbs. I'm not an East Coast person. I'm not a hardware construction worker, hard hat wearing construction worker. I just don't feel that is fashionable for me. But back to the music. So I was working at this place, and a few days before Mr. Jackson's CD came out, we got a delivery, and just so happened the box was kind of cracked where you could kind of see what was in it. And when I looked, I was like, oh, CDs, whatever. And me being, me pilfering, as my mother would say, being nosy, I kind of cracked, the little thing a little more, and I seen it was 50 Cent's album, and I was a big fan. There's a box full of CDs, and I left with them from the company and sold each one for $5. Again, this is well over 15, 16, 17 years ago. I'm unaware of the monetary value that I even made off of the CDs at this point. But I would like to repay Mr. Jackson. I'm sorry, not reparations. I've been doing some research on reparations. I would like to recoup him from his losses. And I would like to offer my services as a 15-year plus IT person. Been in IT now for over 15 years. And also I'm a personal chef. I would like to offer my services to Mr. Jackson in any way for him to be able to recoup his losses. I do apologize. Once again, I am not proud of my actions as a 17, 18, hell, I might even been like 20-year-old adolescent. Again, I hope Mr. Jackson can forgive me. I can be reached at any of the following links below. I would also like to offer you my resume, Mr. Jackson, just to see if there's, again, anything I could do to help you recoup your funds that were lost back then. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for hearing me out, and you have a great day. Hashtag I owe Mr. Jackson as well. Hashtag I owe 50 cents too. Bye-bye.